The escape pod tumbled through the asteroid field, its navigation systems failing as it careened toward the small blue-green planet at the edge of a modest star system. Inside, Lyra curled into herself, her translucent skin pulsing with distress signals that no one would see. Her species, the Luminar, communicated through bioluminescent patterns now flashing desperate pleas for help into the empty vacuum of space. The Galactic Council had been clear. Earth was a quarantine zone. Humans were classified as an apex predator species, known for their aggressive territorial expansion and omnivorous tendencies that leaned heavily toward meat consumption. The footage from early observation missions showed humans tearing into animal flesh with their strange, blunt teeth. Their history was riddled with warfare and violence. No rescue would come. Not for a lone Luminar girl whose ship had been attacked by pirates at the edge of Council space, and especially not when her pod was on a collision course with Earth. Lyra had sent distress signals to 3 passing ships of different species. All had acknowledged receipt. All had changed course to avoid her. Too dangerous to approach Earth, one captain had messaged back. The humans would consume us both. Sorry, little light. The pod's external hull glowed red as it hit the atmosphere. Lyra braced herself, her 6-fingered hands gripping the safety harness. The Luminar were peaceful diplomats, prized for their empathic abilities and gentle nature. They were also incredibly fragile, their bodies having evolved in the low-gravity environments of gas giant moons. Earth would crush her if the impact didn't do it first. The pod smashed through tree canopies before embedding itself in soft, muddy ground. The impact knocked Lyra unconscious, her body pulsing faint distress patterns in the darkness. Tom was setting up his campsite when night sky lit up. Something streaked overhead, crashing into the forest less than a mile away. As a forest ranger, investigating was his responsibility. He grabbed his first aid kit, flashlight, and radio before heading toward the impact site. What he found wasn't a meteorite, but a small craft of clearly artificial design. More shocking was the creature inside. A slim, almost translucent being with delicate features that reminded him somewhat of a young girl, albeit one with slightly elongated limbs and strange, shifting patterns of light beneath her skin. "Hello?" Tom called cautiously. "Are you hurt?" The being's eyes fluttered open, 3 of them, arranged in a triangle on her face. She shrank back, her skin flashing rapid patterns of blue and white. Tom raised his hand slowly. "It's okay. I'm here to help." Lyra awoke to a hulking human male looming over her escape pod. His massive form blocked the moonlight, casting her in shadow. She'd never seen a human in person, only in council warning videos. This one was even more intimidating than expected. Tall, muscular, with those flat teeth that could tear flesh. He spoke, the sounds harsh and unfamiliar. Her universal translator had been damaged in the crash. All she could do was pulse her fear and confusion. To her surprise, the human backed away, lowering his body and extending his hands, palms up. A universal gesture of peace. Carefully, Lyra touched her temple, activating her emergency neural interface. It would bypass her damaged translator, but the connection would be intense, possibly painful. "Dangerous," she managed to communicate. "Humans eat meat. Council warns, stay away." The human's face changed, his mouth turning upward slightly. "I'm Tom," he said, the words now understandable through the neural connection. "And yes, we eat meat sometimes. But we don't eat people, I promise." Over the next 3 days, Tom cared for the alien he now knew as Lyra. He radioed his supervisor with a vague report about finding an injured hiker buying himself time. His cabin was remote enough that he could keep her hidden while she recovered and repaired her translator. He learned that her homeworld was a moon orbiting a gas giant, with gravity only 40% of Earth's. He fashioned a compression bandage system that helped support her body against Earth's crushing gravity. Lyra learned that humans were omnivores, not the pure carnivores the Council had labeled them. Tom showed her how to make a salad from forest plants, explaining how humans had evolved to eat both plants and animals. "Your Council got it wrong," Tom explained as he carefully helped her stand, supporting her fragile frame. "We're not just predators, we're adaptable." "The ships," Lyra said, her voice still strange through the neural interface. 3 ships detected my distress signal. All abandoned me when they saw my trajectory toward Earth. Tom's expression darkened. They left you to die because they were afraid of us? Lyra's skin pulsed in the affirmative. A week later, Lyra's pod was repaired enough for short-range communication. The Galactic Council responded immediately, ordering her to transmit her coordinates for emergency extraction. "We've detected your signal originating from Earth," the Council representative said. "We presumed you dead. Had the humans imprisoned you? Are you being harmed?" Lyra looked at Tom, who had spent every day helping her adapt to Earth's environment, bringing her food, teaching her about human culture, and working tirelessly to help repair her pod. "No," she responded. "The humans saved me after 3 council ships abandoned me to die. That show me nothing but kindness." The silence from the council communication was profound. "The Galactic Council has been wrong about humans," Lyra continued. "They're not mindless predators. They're complex, compassionate beings who help those in need, even strange aliens who crash on their planet." Tom smiled as Lyra's skin pulsed with warm, golden patterns of gratitude. "Tell them," he said quietly, "that Earth would welcome peaceful contact with the Galactic Council, despite what they might have heard about us." Lyra transmitted the message, her body glowing with a new pattern, one that the Council would recognize as the formal diplomatic signal for first contact recommendation. The so-called carnivorous humans, it seemed, had just unknowingly gained their first ambassador to the stars.